Attention! The following video may contain fun, humor, profanity, personal opinions, political incorrectness, and so on. If you are under the age of 18 or are easily offended by something as simple as gendered words, then I suggest you turn this video off and watch something more suited to you. Something like Sesame Street. Don't say I didn't warn you.
How dare you!
G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and a big welcome to those that are maybe here for the very first time and just discovering this video. Today's video, if you haven't worked out from the title, is all about how to tune a RC nitro engine. Now, I'm going to be upfront about this. This video is really going to be aimed at the complete newcomer to this hobby. Obviously, some people might want to have a bit of a refresher if they've had something like this and it's been a while, so it could be a good refresher for you, but it is really aimed at the complete newcomer. This video was actually meant to be the second in a series of videos. The first video was how to break in an RC nitro engine. However, unfortunately, after hours of filming and editing, my computer decided to have a fit, and unfortunately I lost everything. All the footage, all the footage and that, and all the editing, all gone. So to say that I was a little bit annoyed was an understatement. Because I just finished breaking in an engine for this, my HPI Savage, and yeah, all gone. So this video is all about tuning and how to tune, what to look for, and how to diagnose problems. The reason why I'm doing this video is I've come across a few videos on the internet that have been quite negative towards nitro powered radio control cars. Well, anything that's nitro powered, cars, helicopters, planes, you name it. So I'm doing this video to give a little bit of positivity towards it and to show how to do things properly. I came across one particular video where this guy basically just carried on and on about how much nitro sucked and how it's stupid, and yeah, you know, it's stupid, electric's better, blah blah blah. Not to be defamatory, I mean, it's not really my thing to speak ill of people. However, this fella had no clue at all as to what he was doing. I'm not going to mention his name or his channel or the video, but he had no clue as to what he was doing, and it was he was giving some misinformation. And the problem is that there were people who were commenting on this video and going, oh, you know, thanks, you know, this has turned me off buying a nitro powered car, I'll just stick to electric, blah blah blah. So his lack of knowledge and attitude towards it put a dampener on nitro power. So this video, as I said, is aimed, if I can get my words out, is aimed at the complete newcomer to this hobby. And I am going to go through with you how to tune and how to diagnose problems and things to look out for. So what we're going to do is we are going to head out to the local oval, and I'm going to show you the process of tuning a nitro engine. Alright guys, we are at the oval here. It's a bit awkward at the moment, we've got a massive sports carnival on, so hopefully no Karens turn up to spoil things, because that is what Karens do. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to tuning an engine is to make sure that your engine is at an operating temperature. So what we are going to do is we're going to get it started, and we're just going to get it to drive around a little bit. Now this engine has just been broken in, and so it's still running quite rich, so it'll be quite bogged down. So we'll just let it warm up. And another thing too, when you are tuning an engine, is make sure that your glow plug is in good condition too. So after I'd finished running this, I put a brand new plug in it. The plug that I used for running in was old, so and it was just to break the engine in. So we're just going to let it get up to temperature, and so what I'll do is I'll cut back and we'll go from there, guys. Alright, so I'm just going to talk while it's away so you can hear. So what we're going to do now is it's at temperature. We're going to bring it in and turn it about just a little bit less than a quarter of a turn. And when it starts getting close to its peak RPM, we'll turn the needle in less. So you can hear the RPM starting to come up. Hasn't shifted in the second yet. So I've just turned it a little bit less than quarter of a turn now. Okay, so a little bit less now again. Now you can hear the RPM chasing, so I'll have to adjust the bottom end in a minute. So So again, just a little bit. You want to hear those peak RPMs. It's starting to sound good. And what you want to look for is a nice stream of smoke. So I'll just do it again. So watch for the smoke. I might have to adjust my idle too. Right, that's a bit better. Idles down a little bit. Just give it a few braps to clear it. And as you can see, it's taken off nicely. And as you see, it's not chasing the RPM now as I back off. So I'll do it again for you to listen. Here it just goes straight back to idle when I let go. So it's not chasing the RPM, so the idle's set nicely. So now what we do is we'll adjust the low end needle. Just a little bit. Doesn't need much. Give a few braps. See that? Pulled a nice wheelie. There we go, she's pulling nice power now. Oh yeah, there we go. But as you can see, it's pulling nice smoke. Don't try to lean it too much, because remember, the less smoke you have coming out the exhaust means that there's less lubrication. So as you can see, nice smoke. It's pulling nice power. It's actually pulling wheel stands. And does stoppies. And it would appear that second gear isn't shifting. No, she's just pulling power, that's all. Got to adjust those brakes, guys. I just hope I haven't got a diff problem. Okay, so another little test you can do to see to check the temperature is the spit test. So a little bit of spit. And as you can see, the spit ain't dancing on the top of the head. It's not even bubbling, so it's not even hot. It's at a good operating temperature. So yeah, you don't want the spit dancing on the top of the engine head. If it's dancing, the engine's too hot, so that means you'll need to richen the fuel mixture. But as you can see, guys, it's running perfect. So this is what you would call a perfect tune. It's probably just a bit of wheel spin in the grass here, but so guys, this will be the first part of tuning. What we're going to do is we're going to fill the tank up again, and we're going to show you what to look for when the tune isn't right. Alright guys, so we're back at the field. This is actually another day. It's actually just starting to spit rain, so I had to actually, the slipper clutch was slipping a little bit, so I'm just warming up the engine again. And it's actually good now that we're on a different day. Yesterday was nice and sunny, and now we're starting to get a little bit of rain. Now what a lot of people don't realize is the temperature can affect, the ambient temperature can affect your engine tune. So a lot of people seem to think that a cold day you can run the engine lean. That's not the case. On a colder, when the temperature is colder, means the oxygen is more dense, which causes the engine to lean itself out. So in fact you'll need to richen the fuel mixture. So what we're going to do is, since the ambient temperature is going to change, I have not touched the tune since the last clip, so let's see how we go. Now you see that, guys, how it bogged down? So what's happened is, because the ambient temperature has changed, it's affected the tune. It also could be too so the bottom end will obviously need to be adjusted a little bit. So you can see how it's still got some nice RPM to it. But it's not, it's not, the RPMs have been a bit affected too. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring it in, we're just going to adjust it a little bit, not a lot. Remember just to give it some brats, just to clear it out. That's a bit better. Hear how the engine's got a bit more RPM now? I richened the fuel mixture because, as you can see, it's more cloudy, the temperature's colder. So this is something you need to look for when you're, so if you're driving your car one day and another day the temperature's different, something to look for. But as you can see, there's a nice stream of smoke now. The engine's going harder now, just because I just richened the mixture just a little bit. I don't expect it to pull wheel stands because the surface is a little bit wet now. Well, oh, pulled a little wheel stand, so she's pulling nice wheel stands. And we've gone over a tip. Now you can tune your needle, the bottom end needle, to be a little bit richer. That way it doesn't pull wheel stands all the time. As you can see, she's got some good power now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another spit test, and we're going to check the engine temperature. So as you can see there, guys, just that small adjustment, it's happy. It's doing wheel stands for days. I haven't even touched the bottom end needle. And after that spit test, just to check the temperature, it's not dancing on the head of the engine. Another good way to test to see if it's good tuned is you come to a stop, let it idle for a second, and then you nail it. Now, things to look for when the engine is running too rich. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to richen the bottom end a little bit. Only a little bit. So that was probably just less than a quarter of a turn. See, now it's bogging down. It still launches, but it doesn't have that wheel standing launch. Still wants the wheel stand. So we're just going to richen it again just for demonstration purposes. As you can see, once it gets into its power band, it's fine on the top end, but the bottom end still launches hard, but it is not wheel standing, and it just proved me a liar. I have to admit, this engine's got some power to it. It's a lot more powerful than the original HPI engine that was in it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to richen the top end, and you're going to hear it gurgle. You'll hear that gurgling sound. You hear it wants to go, but it's got that slight gurgle sound because it's getting loaded up with fuel. Now I'm going to do it when it's too lean. See, it's producing power, but what's going to happen is it's going to get too hot and it'll start hesitating. Although I'm still not going too nuts with the tuning because it is still a fairly new engine. But what will happen is it'll have this dry sound, like it's hesitating because it's starving for fuel. It's still producing good smoke. I love this truck, it's good fun. And here it's chasing the RPM because of the lean. You hear that sound? You hear it wanting to chase the RPM. So what I've done now is I've just richened the mixture back to where it was originally. And you see a nice stream of smoke. And that's the other thing you'll look for too, is you'll notice the more you lean it out on the top end, the less RPM you'll have because it's trying to get fuel, but the fuel supply cannot keep up with the RPM. Now you hear it when it comes back. It won't be chasing the RPM when I back off. Another thing you'll notice too, sometimes when you're trying to tune, doesn't matter what you do, you just get no RPM, you get no acceleration. That could be the case of a deteriorated glow plug. So sometimes if no matter what you do and you keep resetting it back to factory settings and going from there and you still get no success with your tune, it'll be a time to look at your glow plug. So I'm just going to do another spit test. See, that engine's not even getting hot. See, you get nice smoke. So I'll adjust the bottom end again. And notice how it's going a lot faster now when I richened up the top end needle after leaning it out, getting more RPM. Watch out for the fence post, or the goal post rather. And see, now it's wanting to do wheel stands. I think I might have an overheating clutch. Because I am doing a lot of stop and starts just for the video here, but as you can see, it's a lot happier now. So I've just adjusted the tune to where it's happy in this ambient temperature. So the colder it gets, the richer you will have to make the main fuel mixture. And always remember too, when you're tuning, always do your main needle first. And if you feel completely lost, always set it back to factory settings. Now, if you don't have factory settings, general rule of thumb is between 2.5 and 3.5 turns out from the closed position on the main needle, and sometimes maybe half a turn back from where it was originally on the low end needle. But as you can see, guys, it's as happy as a clam now. And this is why I put a wheelie bar on it. There's a lot of wheel spin here. I might even have to adjust the 2-speed a little. But as you can see there, guys, that's a happy tune. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here to wrap up the video, and in another video, guys, we'll go into diagnosing engine issues. Alright guys, so we're back in the shed now. So I'm still having a little bit of trouble with the slipper clutch on my Savage. It's due to its age, it's still the original slipper clutch, so probably time to change it out. So what you saw in the video, basically what I've done is given you a good idea of how to tune your engine. So, and this was how to tune your engine from when it's brand new. Now, as I said earlier on, this was supposed to be a series of videos. The first one is how to break in your engine, but I lost all that footage due to my computer having a fit. So, and being that it was a brand new engine, I didn't really want to go nuts with the over tuning, and by that I mean having it too lean, for instance, because I don't want to stuff this engine, because the original engine I've had for years and years and years, and I'd looked after it, and I want to do the same with this, so I didn't really want to abuse it. So I wanted to give you a rough idea to what to look for when tuning your engine, and what to look for when the engine starts to act up. And as you saw in the 2 clips where I did the first initial tune to get it on song, and to this last clip where you saw how it was different time, different day, different ambient temperature, different and it was if you look closely, you'd saw it was starting to spit rain, and so it was a good chance for me to demonstrate how the engine tune can change from day to day. So with nitro engines, it really isn't a set and forget like a petrol gasoline powered engine. So these are little things to look for. So like I said, if the mixture is rich, you'll hear a gurgling sound. With if the mixture is too lean, you will notice less smoke, and you will notice, if it's too lean, less RPM. With your bottom end tuning, so that's with the main needle, with your bottom end tuning, to give you a rough idea, if it's too lean, the bottom end is too lean, it can the engine idle will actually sound like a Mazda rotary engine brapping, going brap 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 brap. So that gives an indication of that the bottom end needle is too lean. So I want to leave this video here. What I'm going to do is in the next video I'm going to do a bit more on diagnosing engine issues, and how to maintain your engine. Now, I know these videos can be a little bit long, but I want to get as much information to everybody as possible. So if you have questions, guys, don't hesitate to comment, and I'll do my best to answer your questions and explain them to you. So this video is really a beginner's guide to just tuning your engine in. The next video I am going to focus more on engine problems and what could be the cause and how to remedy the problem. So if you've enjoyed this, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I said, comment any questions you may have, and I will do my best to reply to your comments. And so guys, with that, have fun with the hobby. Nitro does not suck, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers guys.